Hello and welcome to the self-care sessions. Today we are joined by Jayne Russell, who is going to be giving us a demonstration on pregnancy massage. Jayne is founder of organic pregnancy, mum and baby skincare range, Nom Nom Skincare, and she's also a pre and postnatal massage therapist. So she comes with lots of experience, both in the techniques that we're going to be doing today, but also the types of products that will be suitable for doing the massage techniques at home. So hi Jayne, thank you for joining us today. So before we get into the demo, tell us a little bit more about pregnancy massage and maybe some of the benefits of it.
So it's a really, first of all, it's a really lovely way for partners to connect with each other and also with the baby. A really good way to relax and to help with issues like achy muscles and the lead up to the birth. And I think there's a lot more anxiety around at the moment anyway.
Yes, definitely.
So that can happen. And then if they're learning the massage during pregnancy, they can use those skills and those techniques in labour. Yeah, so it can be really helpful for just helping to feel sort of more relaxed during the labour.
What do we need to be able to recreate this at home?
So you need a place to do the massage. I've got my daughter helping out today because obviously I can't get a pregnancy model at the moment.
Yeah.
And she's sitting astride a chair. So the chair I have sort of curves in a bit. And that's ideal, and lots of pillows. So the most important thing is you make sure that the person who's being massaged is stable, and that they're comfortable and and supported. So we've got a cushion underneath and a cushion in front as padding. If somebody there's a condition called symphysis pubis dysfunction, and someone, had this myself, people will know if they have it. They wouldn't want to sit with their legs astride. And then just general contraindications, don't do the massage if you're unwell, if you've got a fever, infectious skin rash.
You're going to be using one of your products to do the demonstration today, so tell us a bit more about that.
So this is the Nom Nom Organic Pregnancy Relax Oil. It has lavender, chamomile and frankincense essential oil, and it's a blend that is created to be safe for pregnancy and for labour, but anyone can use it as a relaxing bath oil, as a nourishing body oil. You can use it as an aromatherapy relaxation remedy on pulse points. So you just put a little bit on your wrists, rub it in and inhale the aroma.
Maybe have a lovely bath whilst you're pregnant with the oil, and then you could also take the bottle with you into labour so that you can still be reminded of those scents of feeling calm and a little bit, taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing I really wanted to do is to make a dual purpose product, so something that could be used in pregnancy and labour, because often you can get separate products for those.
Yeah.
But I think it's really nice to have those, you use it in pregnancy, have those associations of calm, and then recreate that during labour with the same oil.
Amazing.
So it's about finding the essential oils that suited both situations.
Perfect. So how should we start?
So getting nice and comfortable is the first thing. You can create a nice atmosphere, you can have music, you can have low lighting. Before you start, it's nice to just do a little bit of kneading through the towel and just get your partner used to having that touch, and you can just warm up the muscles at the same time. And then you'd want to draw down the towel, tuck it in, and just bring it down. And then the oil, so with the relax oil, I've made it with a pump cap, so that it controls the amount of oil that you're using, and you're not going to get any spills. If you have them with a screw cap and you pour it out, there's a tendency for it to get knocked over, or you've just got too much oil on your hands. So you just pump some oil into your hand, give it a nice warm up before you start.
And how many pumps would
And this,
we need? You did one pump there, but
yeah.
would...
I think I'd start with one, and then you can always add.
Okay, less is more.
Yeah, it's easier to add than to take away.
Perfect.
Yeah. And it depends on the skin of the person you're massaging. If they have dry skin, they're going to absorb a lot more. Around the shoulders and back down the sides, and this really helps to warm the muscles. I'll try and angle myself sideways so you can see me and what I'm doing, but when you're doing it yourself, you really want to be square on so that you're not straining your muscles yourself.
And how much pressure are you applying? Is there a sort of guide?
You can start quite gently and then increase the pressure. It's always nice to get feedback from the person that you're massaging. And I'm going to show you a basic short back massage sequence for pregnancy, but then I'll show you how to adapt that for labour. And one of the main things is you will need to use more pressure during labour.
Okay.
So that is really important. So from that effleurage, you can then do a sort of fanning effleurage where you're coming up in sections. And you know, once you've got the oil applied and you start doing this, you can then start to use a little bit more pressure. So the oils for the massage, the base oils are sunflower, calendula, oil, and apricot oil. And oils are all very different in terms of their properties and their absorption rates. So I spent a long time on the blend because I wanted it to have a good slip for massage, also choosing oils that are very nourishing for the skin and can help with dryness and stretch mark prevention. Okay, and then once you've warmed the muscles with the effleurage, you can go into a little bit of deeper work. It's really nice to do some strokes either side of the spine, so you've got all the sort of muscle attachments here. You can get a lot of tension along this area. So you can either do it sort of crawling up, or you could do a little circle either side. So again, it's just nice to get feedback from your partner and see what they prefer.
I mean, it looks amazing. I don't even have to be pregnant to enjoy that, I think. Let's just go back to the ingredients a little bit. You mentioned carrier oils, but there's certainly some oils that we should avoid in pregnancy, aren't there? It's important, isn't it, to make sure you're not just using any old oil on the skin. It's really important to make sure it's right for you during pregnancy.
Absolutely, and especially with the essential oils, there's a very limited number of essential oils that are safe for use during pregnancy. So the essential oils in here are lavender, chamomile, frankincense, and orange essential oils. So they've all been studied for use during pregnancy and labour. They're all very calming, soothing oils, and good for achy muscles, anxiety. Frankincense particularly is very good for helping to regulate the breathing, which can be very useful during labour. Helping to sort of breathe more deeply. So it's often used in meditation practice for that benefit. Yeah. Coming down to the lower back. So I've got the towel quite high to preserve Harper's modesty here, but at home, you want skin to skin contact. And so you would do you do a nice figure of 8 motion over the lower back. You can do some nice circles here, which helps really ease out any tension in the lower back area, and you can support at the shoulder of the hand, and then use the pads of your fingers to massage. In labour, the stroking's really nice between contractions. The sacral massage, you could put one hand on top of the other to give a bit more pressure. And I mean, you're in this position and you want to try and use your body and working into the buttocks during labour, you're probably going to be massaging for a long time, and your hands are going to get really tired if you're using your fingers and thumbs. So I would suggest the heel of the hands so that you can work in deeply into the area.
It's good then to get the practice in during pregnancy so that you're a professional.
Get the practice in, get the feedback. You know, you can do some rocking motions with the fist. It's also useful if you're doing the massage during pregnancy. You can work out some kind of non-verbal cues to let your partner know when you want the pressure to be deeper, or if you want them to stop, or you want them to work in an area, because during labor you might not want to be talking and having to explain, but you know, you might just kind of sort of push more into the hand if you want it to be deeper, or just a hand up if you want to stop, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like you said at the beginning, that's really great for also enhancing the connection between the two of you as you're in pregnancy and then in labor. Like you'll be a proper team when the time comes. So no, I love that tip. That's great. When we're massaging during pregnancy, how long does it depend on your preference? Like maybe you only want 10 minutes, or is there a certain amount of time that you think will help best relieve sort of tense muscles or achiness?
This not really. I mean, this is just a short back massage sequence, so probably, you know, you could do that 15-20 minutes, but there's no reason that you can't extend it for longer, you know, if your partner likes it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm sort of thinking, you know, maybe some people might be experiencing pregnancy alone in lockdown. Is there any way that you could recreate some of these techniques yourself, or you could use the product in a different way so that you could still get the benefits of the relaxation and all of the properties of the essential of the oils, but without having to rely on a partner?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I said at the beginning, you can use it in the bar, so that will start the relaxation process. You could then apply it as a body oil, as I said, on the pulse points. So I know a lot of people find this very useful if they're not sleeping. They'll just put on a little bit and inhale to help them drift off at night time.
So that's just one of the products in your range for pregnancy. You've got almost 2 categories within your range, haven't you, Jayne? You've got a set of products for pregnancy and then a set of products for once baby's arrived. Could you, I noticed you've got the other pregnancy ones there. Could you just quickly talk us through those?
So the range, I really wanted to make the whole range to sort of work alongside massage. And I really think of it sort of in 3 trimesters. So the first one is the stretch butter, which you can use from the first trimester. So there's no fragrance in there, no essential oils, and those are contraindicated in the first trimester, which leaves a lot of women without anything they can use. And also they tend to have a lot of sensitivity around smells and scents, from the coconut and the cocoa butter and vanilla infused oil. So it's a bit like sort of ice cream or cake or biscuits, that sort of smell. So it's a very comforting smell. Yeah. And that is super nourishing, particularly for the expanding bump, for dry skin and stretch mark prevention.
I know a lot of people actually keep using the product way after pregnancy. It's just a really nice body butter, if you like, as well.
I use it myself every day because it just makes your skin really soft and supple.
Yeah.
And again, without the greasiness, so it absorbs really well. And then into your second trimester, you can start using the relax oil, and that will take you all the way through labour and then beyond. This is a very specialist product, is the perineum balm, which is specifically for perineal massage, to prepare for the birth itself. So it helps to reduce the need for episiotomy and reduce the risk of tearing and perineal pain after you've given birth. And I made this as a balm. There are lots of perineal massage oils available, but again, it can be quite messy. Just keep you warm. There you go. yeah, it can be quite messy. So with the balm, it doesn't start melting until you have it in position and you start to massage with it. And it's not an easy place to get to for massage, particularly when you know those last weeks when
Yeah,
you're very big.
but it's an
So
absolute essential item for sure in the range. Thank you so much, Jayne. That's been really, really useful. And thank you for your lovely model as well, helping you. So if you wanted to find out a little bit more, we have a blog over on the website all about the essential oils that would be useful for pregnancy and labour. And then also, if you'd like to discover Jayne's products, you can apply for our Try Before You Buy scheme. And we can send you a little tester to try before you commit to the full size. But we're also offering 10% off the bundle of all 3 of the products in the pregnancy range. So it's £55.80 instead of £62.